What's going on, Dragon Ball fans? Welcome back to another Dragon Ball video update where today I want to touch up on yet another misinformed article spread on blastnews.com. Now, I was just about to leave my house until a couple of Instagram notifications went off, so thank you so much, Eddie R, for sending me this article. I feel as if I'm getting trolled as of right now. Just looking at the title alone is very cringeworthy because it says, I hate the origin of Elite Zamasu, the plan to end a Saiyajin and human in Dragon Ball Super. Now, first things first, what origin are you talking about? We haven't gotten an origin story behind Zamasu at all. The Dragon Ball Super episode 53 hasn't even dropped yet, and already people are talking about I hate the origin of Elite Zamasu. Well, what origin story were you reading? Because there's no information has leaked and pertains to Zamasu's origin or why he is the way he is, or even why he's having a distrust of humans. So what are you talking about? The title is complete BS. Anybody out there who's beginning to believe websites like this, it's very cringy for you guys to go ahead and follow the trends, especially like this, because right off the bat they use clickbait titles by saying the plan to end all Saiyans and humans in Dragon Ball Super, when in fact we know that is not the case at all. We do have an understanding that Black wants to rid the Saiyans and humans or in all forms of humanity within planet Earth in the future timeline, but as of right now there is no plan to completely wipe out all the humans or the Saiyans. So right off the bat, I mean, this is just a complete BS title. And it says right here, Zamasu has slowly been taking away attention to Black Goku, particularly for their qualities of elite warrior. And first and foremost, how Zamasu is supposed to take away attention from Black Goku because of as of right now, because Beerus and Whis are interrogating this person to try to find out if in fact Zamasu and Black Goku have key similarities and have some sort of a relation in comparison to their key energy, because their key energy feels the same. So this person is saying that Zamasu is already taking away attention from Black Goku. He's supposed to because Black Goku right now is in the future doing his own thing, and Beerus and Whis are questioning this Zamasu guy to see if in fact he has any sort of relation to Black. So your little headline right here is complete bullshit as well. So let's go ahead and dive on in. Earn easy money by sharing this news. Find out how. Already clickbait right here. Find out how you can make money by sharing this article. Wow. Talk about low, right? Alright, so it says, Zamasu, an apprentice or assistant Kaioshin, shown as a cold, expressionless to be subject who prefers to spend his time isolated from the world. Wow, okay, so what gives you the impression that he is a cold, expressionless, you know, kind of subject who prefers to spend his time isolated from the world? First and foremost, right, he's in Universe 10. Universe 10 is far, far away, right? In retrospect, the Kaioshin realm, they're doing their own thing as Kais. We don't see the Elder Kai being labeled as cold and expressionless just because he's hanging out with the Supreme Kai, right? I mean, that's very similar to here. We have Zamasu hanging out with what is labeled as the Supreme Kai of that world, and I mean, he doesn't seem bothered by that at all. I mean, just because he's hanging out with another Kai doesn't make him cold or expressionless at all, because if that's the case, we can easily make out the Elder Kai to be the same way, don't you think? So that right there is complete bullshit. Has the qualification to be an elite among the creator gods, an individual of 1 in a million, since history shows that Kaioshins not possess great powers. This little statement right here, this little sentence right here can be argued against by saying Kaioshins do not possess great powers. That's an argument and a debate, because we saw when the Kaioshins fought Majin Buu, they actually held their own just a little bit until he absorbed them. So Kaioshins do possess great power, but not as great as you would compare them to Beerus and Whis and the gods and stuff like that, like God Goku and Zeno. So completely two different scenarios here. You can't really compare Kaioshin power to gods of destruction and stuff, if that's the comparison. But anybody out there who's saying that Kaioshins aren't strong, Kaioshins are put in place for a reason. Aside from Kaio-sama, King Kai, and whatever, we all know that as of right now, those characters are relatively weak compared to the other characters. But in terms of like Supreme Kai and even Zamasu and stuff, they can't be, you know, labeled as creatures that don't have great power, because they're put in position that have great power. So man, this is just crazy. It says, this deity has a story to tell, only he knows, and her hatred and grudge against the human race and Saiyans is, first, you're labeling Zamasu as a her, when we don't even know if it's a man or a woman. So right off the bat, it tells you right there that her hatred and grudge against the human race, again, Zamasu doesn't have a hatred or grudge against the human race. He has a distrust of human race. Hating something and not trusting something are two very completely different words. So it says right here, oh boy, it says story number 1. It says Zamasu, having learned all he needed to be a god of creation, is no longer a simple assistant Kaioshin and begins to manifest in the universe. What the hell are you talking about? Zamasu is not the god of creation. We don't know any of this. Dragon Ball Super episode 53 and 54 haven't even dropped yet. So anybody out there who's starting to believe stuff like this, please do us all a favor and don't interact with anyone within the Dragon Ball community if you're gonna believe websites like this. Again, I've said it so many times before, and surely you guys can make jokes about Double 4 Anime or whatever, but misinformation always came from websites like this, websites like Otaku Art, websites like this that tend to spread misinformation about gods of creation and Zamasu being as strong as Beerus and Black Goku being stronger than the Omni King. I did several videos on that, and it's complete BS. So what are you talking about? Why do people create this is beyond me. Maybe it's because they want clicks. Maybe it's because they want attention. I'm not against any of that. I'm just against the fact that I saw people sharing this, and it's just like, why are you sharing this when you know it's not true? You know, if this was true, then surely go on ahead and just, you know, share it all you want, but like, this is just crazy. So it says, it gives life to many planets to create new species. Everything is going perfectly. However, realize that humans are a race full of evil, a flaw in their expectations creation. Soon realizes that the Saiyans are not very different from the humans, so he decides to remove them to have a perfect universe. That's another this is a huge flaw. How do we, all right, it says right here, so he decides to remove them to have the perfect universe. All right, first things first, I just said, right, that he referred to Zamasu as a her and her hatred and grudge against the humans and Saiyans, right? So first he referred to Zamasu as a her, then he referred to Zamasu as a he. So he decides to remove them to have the perfect universe. So make up your mind, is it a woman or is it a man? I mean, come on. And then on top of that, this article, this little statement right here is complete bullshit because we don't know if Saiyans exist in that universe. We don't know if humans still have a place within Universe 10. So for you to say he decides to remove them to have the perfect universe is bull to the shit, all right? But from where this Black Goku and the perception in Zamasu intentions, the reason is that he, being the god of creation, has simply banned destruction. Why would the god of creation ban destruction? Wow, alright, whatever, let's just continue reading. And to know that it is a unique Kaioshin elite amongst others, do not allow anyone to edit or learns, wow, the grammar's horrible, from his mistakes, so prevents the work of the destroyer gods, starting a Black Goku, be called to take charge of annihilating the imperfect beings that exist, but gradually it will go out of his control. Lots of flaws here, my god, man. Alright. In order to have creation, there must be destruction because you have to create from the ashes and debris of destruction. So this person is insinuating that Zamasu prevented the work of the destroyer gods so he can create Black Goku. First things first, right? Why would someone like Zamasu intentionally create someone who looks like Goku, right? Doesn't add up. Does not add up. It's like this Zamasu guy could have created anyone that looks like anything, right? But he chose Goku. Why would he choose Goku? You get what I'm saying? So it doesn't seem to add up here. And the fact that he's saying that he is an elite amongst others, no. He is a fighting prodigy. He is a very good fighter. Zamasu is a very skilled, soon-to-be Kaioshin in terms of his fighting attributes. He is a very gifted fighter. That's why we see him competing against Super Saiyan 2 Goku and holding his own. That's what makes him different amongst the other Kaioshins, is the fact that this guy can fight really well. But this guy is insinuating that he's an elite amongst others, and he does not allow anyone to learn from his mistakes. Whatever. Let's go ahead and continue to read further. It says, the Saiyans and the human race have always had a lot of control over other races. What? How did the human race have control over any other? I can see the Saiyans having control over other races, but the humans, bro, come on, man. And have rubbed shoulders with important people that control the universe. There were times when Zamasu, the Universe 10, had to spend havoc and humiliation by these races. Wow, the grammar is just terrible. Being a creator god will below the required powers to fight the Saiyans went through moments of anguish and despair. The grammar is so terrible. Holy shit. but fortunately she survived. Again, he's saying she. Is Zamasu a girl or a boy? Come on, dude, make up your mind. Right here. It says, but fortunately she survived, fortunately for him, but not for the race of Saiyans nor the human race. This makes no sense. I mean, guys, read this, right? Read this back to me. But fortunately she survived, fortunately for him, but not of the race of the Saiyans nor the human race. What the fuck? Wow. Alright, well, it says this Kaioshin trained and sought help in different places or universes, so you can come back and deal with these races. Oh my god. With all of the conviction of finding revenge, became the elite Kaioshins, as we all know. But what revenge? If the humans and the Saiyans never did anything to Zamasu, why would he seek revenge? We don't know what the hell's going on, so what the hell are you talking about? My god. But to go unnoticed, or perhaps to increase going from body to body powers using the best features of the warriors. One of his victims was Goku, which is very satisfied as quickly increases their powers with each fight. Well, that's the thing. It's like people are saying that Goku came from Universe 10. There was a different Goku. There's like 10 different Gokus. It's like, make up your mind here. You know, if Zamasu, and I'm only saying that word loosely, if Zamasu did create Goku, why would he use the image of Goku? You get what I'm saying? Like, why would Zamasu not create someone who looks like Omega, or who looks like Cell, or looks like Boo? Why would he create someone that looks just like freaking Goku? Makes no sense here. So this guy is implying that with this particular story scenario, that Zamasu has been through havoc and he suffered through humiliation and blah, 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 blah. It could be true, but again, the way he's wording everything, it seems as if it's confirmation. So here are a couple of stories I wanted to share with you all. Although I have many expectations that Zamasu has suffered something very similar to what happened to his ancestor Kaioshin, who was locked in the Z-Sword by Bills, the god of destruction. I mean Beerus, not Bills. Similarly, it can be enclosed by a human or Saiyan, and hence their hatred towards them. So you're saying that Zamasu could have been enclosed in some sort of a seal by somewhat of a god of destruction, and then upon his release, he just hated everything. It just, wow. Or perhaps this lock himself in his body to be full of evil, similar to what he did with Tapion. So he was isolated, and that being stops is nothing more than nothing less than black, which is now in the body of Goku's future. Alright, so again, now he's saying that Black is supposed to be a being that took over Goku's body from the future, and that he enclosed himself, and pretty much similar to Tapion, had so much evil within him, and it caused it to be released, and then it formulated Black. I mean, man, these two ideas emerge and closer seem to be under some images of the opening. Again, here we have some videos from the Dragon Ball creators of the Spanish community. Now, more often than not, there's a lot of, things that happen within this particular community that goes unnoticed. A lot of people have great, predictions and whatnot. But anyways, for Zamasu, right, to release and harness this evil and put it into someone like Black doesn't seem plausible, at least as of right now, because we don't know if in fact he is an evil person. Remember, I mean, if you guys remember when Supreme Kai, right, first came to planet Earth. When he first came to planet Earth, he encountered everyone, and his first opponent was supposed to be Piccolo. When it was the Supreme Kai staring down with Piccolo, Piccolo shit himself because he thought, wow, this is the Supreme Kai, whatever. I mean, he knew he was a Kaioshin, and even Supreme Kai was like, you will soon find out why I'm here. And everyone like assumed like, oh shit, this was going to be like the next badass villain or whatever, but he turned out to be a good guy. So how do we know that Zamasu isn't really a good guy who wants to play the neutral role? Maybe he doesn't want to be a part of this. Maybe he wants things to be kept for himself. Maybe he wants to, like, just stay as far away from trouble as possible. So he could be a good guy, he could be a bad guy. Me and my friends made countless speculation videos on this. There's nothing wrong with theories or speculations, as I keep telling you guys, but when you're writing articles, when you're writing public articles and you're making it seem as if it's confirmation, that makes you look very shitty in a way. I watch lots of speculation videos. I watch lots of theorizing videos on, like, who's who, and I love speculating. I love theorizing on stuff. But I just hate websites that want to spew out garbage, especially when the grammar's horrible too. So it's just getting me really frustrated. So this entire article is complete and utter bullshit. Do not believe this article for fucking one word. Episode 53 hasn't even dropped, and people are already talking about, well, human race, you know, Saiyan race has embarrassed Zamasu and he sealed himself away, and then all the evil poured out of himself, and then this, that, and he locked himself away, and then, I mean, that could be true for as far as we know, but nothing has been translated, nothing has been confirmed, nothing has been showcased. So, I mean, again, it's on the same website that I talked about for the last couple of days now. It's like, what the hell is going on? And this was released today. So this guy insinuates and puts, "I hate the origin of Elite Zamasu," when in fact we don't know where the hell Zamasu even came from. If he's a boy, if he's a girl, if he's an elite fighter, if he's the god of creation, we don't know any of that. We don't know any of that. Any of it at all. So people are taking this as, like, you know, the holy gospel. It's like, oh wow, Zamasu, you know, he actually eradicated all of the destroyer gods from his universe, and there's nothing left but him. Like, as we saw in this particular little sentence right here in this paragraph, it says that, you know, he prevented the work of the destroyer gods so he can start up Black Goku. I mean, why would he prevent the workings of the destroyer gods and create Black Goku when he could have had the destroyer gods, like, do the work for him? It just doesn't make any sense. My God. Again, guys, just don't believe any of these articles online, because they tend to spread misinformation, and that tends to misguide the viewers and the people that are interested in Dragon Ball. Trust me, I've seen a lot of this in the Spanish community as well, which is why I had to translate all of this. I mean, just let me know your overall thoughts on misinformed websites, and if you guys have any websites that you guys know of in your own that you want me to go ahead and review, just drop the links down below. Thank you all for watching. Once again, if you guys are Dragon Ball fans, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more daily uploads. If you guys are against misinformation, if you guys think that this article is complete bullshit, and if you guys cannot wait for Dragon Ball Super episode 53 this Saturday, punch that like button square in the face, guys. Thank you all for watching once again. God bless you all. Have a great week, and I'll be seeing you all in the next video and down in the comment section below. We're all going to be arguing and talking more Dragon Ball. Thank you all for watching, guys. Take it easy, and I'll be seeing you all later. Peace!